Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. In his only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekak, Warash. The abundance of the apostles and the bishop, and others a great millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles, and others of all of Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the arguing, pushing the truth, and believing in the truth to the fullness of the earth, the entire world, shed light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Wath who are listening, learning, you sisters who are listening, learning. Coming out to another lesson of true fact, faith, and edification. Another day edification, Lord, which we edify. So I type this lesson. The heathens know their kingdom is falling. It's our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indians, and Haitians that don't know. Now I got a couple of clips I want to play, and I got a few precepts I want to show. Lord willing to be edifying. The heathens know their kingdom is falling, but it's our people that don't know. Jake, and as I was listening to, I'm always listening to videos of the plantation, and these heathens know that their kingdom is falling. It's 2/3 of our people that don't know. So I got a couple clips I want to play, and Lord willing to be edifying. So check this out. First, let me turn this volume down. Let's get this first clip here. Now this is from this is from 100 more banks to fail as Chase Bank employees lose big. Check this out.
Of San Francisco-based First Republic Bank after its failure.
The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, sending shockwaves across the country. It's the second largest bank failure in U.S. history.
The once mighty banking industry of the United States is on the brink of an unprecedented crisis. Recent announcements of job cuts at J.P. Morgan Chase have sparked widespread concern. This move is part of a larger trend, with tech giants like Google and Amazon also downsizing their workforce. The financial sector is bracing for significant changes, as evidenced by the looming threat facing regional banks heavily invested in commercial real estate. With over 70% of commercial real estate debt held by these banks, experts predict a challenging road ahead. Today, we will examine what is going on with Chase Bank and the challenges and risks it poses for the banking industry and the economy. The unsettling transformation of J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup. The banking industry is undergoing a massive transformation, and it's not good news for everyone involved. Recently, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of Chase Bank, made a startling announcement about a potential shift to a 3.5-day work week. This move is fueled by the implementation of artificial intelligence, AI, and automation, leading to a significant reduction in the workforce. J.P. Morgan Chase has taken a bold step by introducing an AI-driven management software called Cash Flow Intelligence, slashing manual work by almost 90%. The impact of this technological shift is already evident, with the bank laying off 20,000 employees. But Chase is not alone in this race towards automation. Citigroup is also making similar moves, planning a massive layoff of 20,000 employees across its global workforce. These layoffs are the largest in 2024, showcasing the broader trend of corporations using automation to simplify operations. The push for a 4-day workweek is gaining momentum, with companies like J.P. Morgan Chase leading the way. The AI-driven software.
First off, if you haven't made money with AI yet, Don't worry. AI is the biggest
Listen,
wealth building
man.
opportunity in U.S. history.
Software is not only changing the way businesses operate, but also influencing the workweek structure. According to proponents, the potential benefits include increased employee well-being and even potential health advantages. With clients embrace AI and automation, concerns about economic disruption intensify. The transition to a shorter workweek may have unintended consequences, potentially leading to a rise in defaults on bills and debt obligations. A significant percentage of Americans already live paycheck to paycheck, and any disruption in the status quo could have serious financial consequences for many. JP Morgan Chase and looming crisis in banking. The recent announcement of job cuts at JP Morgan Chase has sent shockwaves through the industry, signaling potential troubles ahead for banks across the United States. The news comes as part of a broader trend, with major companies like Google, Amazon, and Unity also making significant workforce reductions. JP Morgan Chase, the banking giant, plans to trim its workforce from 240,000 to 180,000 over the next 24 months. This move follows the restructuring initiatives announced by Unity, the video game engine maker, with 1,800 layoffs, approximately a quarter of its workforce. Tech giants like Google are not immune either. They plan to revamp their ad services, impacting thousands of employees. The financial sector is experiencing a significant shift, and experts predict that the ripple effects will extend far beyond job cuts. There is a concern that JP Morgan Chase might begin consolidating numerous banks in the coming years. This echoes past worries about the vulnerability of regional banks, particularly those heavily exposed to commercial real estate. Regional banks have been under regulatory instituting 70% of the total. As commercial real estate loans mature in the next 24 to 36 months, Scott Reckler, CEO of RXR, foresees a slow-moving train wreck for regional banks. He suggests that over 500 banks in the U.S. may face consolidation or failure, emphasizing the challenges posed by their current business models. The situation worsened because of the looming end of the Bank Term Funding Program, BTFP, on March 11th, a crucial lifeline for regional banks. With the impending loss of this support, the banks will face increased difficulty staying afloat. The BTFP has played a significant role in helping these institutions navigate challenges, and its withdrawal raises questions about their ability to endure the economic headwinds ahead. This also raises danger for the broader economy, as it could lead to a surge of debt-related issues. For ordinary Americans struggling with credit, managing their finances is going to be increasingly hard. With rising interest rates and living expenses, many households face a disturbing financial outlook. Moreover, as companies turn to AI to simplify operations and cut costs, the traditional employment environment faces an essential threat. The advance of AI could lead to widespread layoffs across various industries, as businesses strive to weather the impending storm. Causes and consequences of automation and AI in the banking industry. Automation and AI have come to stay, and they have been increasingly applied and integrated into the banking industry, as they offer various benefits and advantages. Efficiency and accuracy. Automation and AI can perform tasks and functions faster and more accurately than humans, as they can process large amounts of data and information and apply consistent and precise rules and criteria without errors or biases. This reduces the operational costs and risks of the banking industry, and can eliminate or minimize errors and fraud supervision and intervention that often result in losses and liabilities for the banks. With this simplification of operation, workers can work for 4 days instead of the traditional 5 days. Innovation and differentiation. Automation can also enable and facilitate innovation and differentiation in the banking industry. They can offer new and alternative financial products that are more customized, and automation and AI can also enhance the customer experience and satisfaction of the banking industry, as they provide and deliver faster, smooth financial transactions, as well as more relevant and reliable financial advice and guidance for the customers. Compliance and adaptation. Also, AI helps and supports compliance and adaptation of the banking industry, as comply and adapt to new and strict laws and regulations imposed and enforced by the government, regulators, resolve violations, and AI can also comply and adapt to the changing and evolving market conditions and customer preferences that are influenced and affected by the recession, market disruption, and other external factors. However, automation and AI also have significant and lasting consequences for the banking industry, especially for the banking employees, as they reduce and replace the human work and workforce and the human skills and talents that are essential for the banking industry. Job losses and pay cuts are the most visible and dramatic consequence of automation and AI for the banking industry, as they result in the elimination or reduction of many.
When we first arrived at St. Jude, it was just Claire and I. She was still recovering from her brain surgery.
Many jobs and roles, and the salaries and benefits of the banking employees, especially those that are routine, repetitive, or low-skilled. Layoffs by Google, report by McKinsey. Estimated that automation and AI could affect up to 30. JP Morgan Chase.
The way that they are advancing in AI is going to take over.
The largest and most profitable bank in the country has already cut more than 60,000 jobs, or about 10% of its global workforce, since the beginning of 2024, and has reduced the salaries and bonuses of its remaining employees. Automation and AI for the banking industry, as they result in the shortage or surplus of certain skills and talents, and the mismatch between the skills and talents that are needed and available for the banking industry. According to a report by the World Economic Forum, automation and AI will create.
Paul said, if you're not willing, or if you don't merge with AI, you're going to be extinct or left out. Now, let me play the rest of this, because I got another video.
Such as data analysis, digital literacy, critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence, while reducing the demand for traditional and basic skills, such as data entry, arithmetic, clerical work, and customer service. However, many banking employees do not have or acquire the new and different skills that are required, while many banking employers do not provide or facilitate the training and education that are needed for the banking industry. This creates a skill gap, where there are not enough workers with the right skills, and a skill mismatch, where there are workers with the wrong skills. For the banking industry, navigating the transition, strategies and solutions. The transition to an AI and automation-driven banking industry will require a collaborative approach involving all stakeholders, financial institutions, regulators, policymakers, and workers' representatives. Public-private partnerships focused on retraining and upskilling initiatives By fostering a culture of innovation that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and consumer protection, the industry can mitigate the risks associated with these powerful tools while maximizing their weeks are reshaping the industry. As Citigroup and other major corporations follow suit, the real question remains, will these changes lead to a more efficient and innovative?
Now, let me get this one. Salakia. Jake is not prepared for what's about to come. Let me get this one. Bear with me here. Let me get this one. Now, this is U.S. economy crash worse than 1929. And this is from this guy I watch a lot, Peter Schiff. And this is like an hour and some change, but I'm only gonna pay like 20 minutes of this. I just want you to hear this because these Edomites know, man. This is why Yahweh Shah said that he's gonna he, he's gonna return as a thief in the night. Man, what is these niggas doing, man? All right.
20th century alone, 7 great empires collapsed. Mandarin China, Germany, Austria, reserve currency. As countries around the globe, including China, Russia, and the BRIC nations, are working very hard to reduce their dependency on our dollar. A fiscal get all the way through to the end. It's only an hour show, and afterwards, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, but you Peter, I love your work. And mainstream media has been touting this. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it, but I can't believe it. They've been touting this strong economy, reporting estimated job data showing 409 jobs are said to be erased towards the government. And you've been one of the leads of reason that's been alarmed. It's simply based on for a complete meltdown. Now, election year, finally, it appears that the economic pain is starting to show up, and that we're headed into possibly a deep depression. Where are we now with the U.S. economy?
Well, we're in a recession. I don't care. The year government gave out fake economic data, and then in December of 2008, they came back and said, "Oh, by the way, we've been in a recession for an entire year. You can throw away all the data we gave you because it was wrong." And so they may do January, biggest drop since we shut the economy down during COVID. How would be in if that's the case? Biden is the most unpopular president in history, or at least since they've been polling presidential popularity. Why is that? It's the economy, stupid. I mean, that's how people vote. If the economy is good, the president gets the credit. If it's bad, he gets the blame. Well, Biden is being blamed for a bad economy, not a good economy. And in fact, when they poll the voters, where Biden scores lowest is on the economy.
In 3 easy steps. Your business dreams are as
There's no way. And the voters are saying this despite, as you said, being inundated every day with regurgitated propaganda from the mainstream media about how great it be.
Well, they don't want that.
They're trying to reelect them.
Yeah. Besides the fact that I think now consumers don't believe it. I mean, you tell it's fine. You can look and pouring down rain and tell you it's sunny, and it's still getting.
It didn't even mention it. They're too busy fixated on what's happening with Bitcoin, which also hit a record high today, above 69,000. But as we're recording this, it's back below 65,000. So it's down now about 4 or 5% on the day. But gold is still right at its all-time record highs. And what gold is telling you is that monetary policy is too loose, that the Fed needs to hike rates more, haven't hiked enough. Yet Powell is about to cut rates. Just a question of when. Like the whole market is trying to handicap how quickly they're cutting and how much he's going to cut. So the Fed is about to throw gasoline on an inflation fire that it lit.
Here, Powell, I don't know if you watched the 60-minute interview where the question was asked political pressure, it being an election, you give inflation, it got 0.2%. I don't know where. I've never experienced a time where we've seen such unaffordability so fast. At a lot of amount rate cut this month. Do you think honestly play
The purpose is for the political expediency. It's not good price markets. It's not good to prop up insolvent banks. What's good is to the economy restructures in some banks fail. That's actually healthy because then we can come out of side with a viable, strong, constantly try and then inflation becomes the main problem. Inflation is the biggest economic problem. Thanks to the Fed using it,
drop the rates and it didn't work.
All right, Salakia. Esau, man, always messing with me, man. And I done upgraded my computer. These stickers will not let me go. They just gotta mess with me, man. And I done upgraded my computer. That's why I'm doing this lesson at this time. Cause I've been letting this upgrade and it took a minute. Anyway, ain't even gonna play no more of that. But these bastards will not leave me alone. So I just got a couple precepts. Because again, the first video it was titled Hundreds More Banks to Fail. And then when I was just playing with Peter Schiff is US economic crash worse than 1929. So let me just get these precepts. Because as I titled the lesson Schiff, Edomite that got gold and silver. And he's constantly saying that what's going to happen is they are going to go back to gold. Well, the scriptures say different, man. Isaiah 6 and 3. And the point I wanted to make was while Esau know the kingdom is falling, their last empire, the last great white hope, Jake think this is going to continue, man. Like you got Jake that really thinks that this place would never be destroyed. But the Edomites is looking at everything different, man. Because they know when this collapse, they last stronghold, they actually got to go into slavery. So let me get what the hell's going on with the blue letter now? Let me get Amos 6 and 3. See, Esau know, and that's why I played those two clips. Esau know this kingdom is falling, man. They know that they got to do something. But Jake think this place is going to stay here forever. Amos 6 and 3, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near. This is what Jake is doing. They are putting away the evil day of the Lord and cause the seat of violence to come near. Let me see what different translation reads. These niggas, 2/3 of our people do not fear the Lord, man. And all the things that they have seen with like as Elder Zaba did a lesson, which I did a Lamback lesson on 400 or 500 rappers dying, people just dying. Like it's like your selfie incidents, right? People been taking selfies on top of mountains, parasailing, rock repelling, all different type of disasters. And there's no fear in Jake. This is NIV. Ye put far off the day of disaster and bring near a reign of terror. ESV reads, O you who put far away the day of disaster and bring near the seat of violence. This is CSB. Ye dismiss any thought of the evil day and bring in a reign of violence. This is the NASB 95. Do you put off the day of calamity? And would you bring near the seat of violence? And that's what Jake is doing. This is the NET. Ye refuse to believe a day of disaster will come. Here's the one, NET. Ye refuse to believe a day of disaster will come, but you establish a reign of violence. They don't want to believe it, man. Where NLT reads, ye push away every thought of coming disaster. And that's that normative bias spirit. Pastor Ron, I went into this a few years ago about the word normative bias. If you go to Google and type in normative bias, it'll show you. Matter of fact, let me do it. NLT, this Amos 6:3. Ye pushed away every thought of the coming disaster, but your actions only bring the day of judgment closer. That's heavy. Let me go to, bear with me here. I'm gonna get this word normative bias. Now, when you go to normative bias and hit the images, right? Let me show you what they give you. And when the elder did this years ago, Apostle Ramlard, I went into this. Now I'm gonna click on the one that I first had saw. So let me come back to me so I can show you what I'm talking about. So here's the word. Here's it for normative bias. This is normative bias from Google. So right here to your right, or right here to the left, it say normative bias causes people to underestimate the possible effects of a disaster. And I love this because if you see this guy sit on the beach, right, and what he say, now that's a huge wave, and he's sitting there. But if you see this guy back here in the shadow, he's running the opposite way. But this guy's sitting here like the wave is going to go down before it get to him, right? So it's a decision bias, normative bias, refusal to react to intelligence, to plan for unprecedented problems. Now, when you go to this definition, it says normacy bias or normality bias refers to an attitude that is entered when facing a disaster. People with a normacy bias have difficulties reacting to something that have not experienced before, that they have not experienced before. They also tend to interpret warnings in the most optimistic way possible, seizing on any ambiguous to infer a less serious situation. There was another one. Hold on. Let's get this one. So this is normative bias. Refers to a mental state people entering when facing a disaster. It causes people to underestimate both the possibility of a disaster occurring and its possible effects. This often results in situations where people fail to inadequately prepare for a disaster. And on a larger scale, the failure of government to include the populace in its disaster preparations. See? See this nigga doing right here? This nigga done stuck his head in the sand, man. This that ostrich effect. They're gonna show the picture. See this? The nigga stick his head in the dirt, man. No, man. So I just want to show that. Let me go back. I just got a couple more precepts here. And this may seem like a lesson that's a waste of time, but it's not, man. Because Jake is really in this spirit of normacy bias, man. So back here, the BBE reads, you who put far away the evil day, causing the rule of the violent to come near. And this is Jake. So I want to get Ezekiel 12 and 21. I just got one more precept. And it reads, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and every effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua power. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth, who? The prophets, the messengers, is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. And I mention this every time, man. There's a guy that came up about 4 years ago now, and he said he believed he'd be watching the Hebrew Israelites. He watches, but he said he can't do what we do because his boss may see him. And he said that he made like, at that time, he said he made like 2 to 3 grand a week. He wasn't trying to jeopardize his job because his boss may see him. But he said he believed, and he said that he believed that the Messiah is not going to return for a couple thousand years. He said 1,000 years or more. That's what the guy said. We haven't seen him since. He could be somewhere in the spiritual realm right now talking that bullshit. We don't know where we haven't seen him. But he said that he don't believe that the Lord is going to come out for another 1,000 years. So that nigga is chasing the bag. So it would make sense that he would say that. Therefore say unto them, Ezekiel 12 and 28, thus saith Yahweh Shema shall power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith Yahweh power. Now I'm gonna get this one from Ecclesiastes chapter 5. But again, these Edomites know that their kingdom is falling. And it's our people that do not consider what the hell is going on, man. These people talking about these banks. But Esau got to crash. They got to crash the dollar to bring in digital currency, man, which will be the mark of the beast, the MOTB, which is the RFID microchip. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and 1. 5 and 7 it reads, let's start at 1. Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my soul. So the Lord, like, look at what you got. You think this is going to get you through everything that's coming on the earth? Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. For it say, follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, and say not, who shall control me for my works? for the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. And this has happened. I did a video some years ago on this guy. His name was what's his rapper name? He was in Atlanta. Young Mozzie, right? Because it say right here. It say now who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. The guy name was Young Mozzie. There was an interview he did with somebody, and he said that he had got shot like between 6 and 10 times, and he's still living. So this is what this slow better nigga said. He said God made him bulletproof, right? The nigga said God made him bulletproof. But then the niggas caught him at a pizza shop and air his ass out. Where that nigga at right now? Young Mozzie, he in the spiritual realm now. He talking about, yeah, I'm the only one that got VVS's in my teeth. Nigga had a whole grill all platinum with the diamonds in it. I did an interview on it. I did a lesson on it. If you go through the channel, I got a lesson. Nigga, Young Mozzie. He talking about God made him bulletproof. So right here it say, hey, they caught that nigga at a pizza shop and aired that nigga ass out, man. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and it's 4. And say not, no, and say not, verse 3, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great. This is when Young Mozzie said, God made him bulletproof. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and put not off from day to day. Put not off from day to day. For suddenly, that's that Ecclesiastes 9 and 12, as fishes that are taken in the evil net, so men are snared in the evil time when they follow suddenly upon them, man. That's the fear of the Lord. You don't know when the Lord gonna put your ass to death, man. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Ecclesiastes 5 and 7, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. And I just want to make the point. Peter Schiff, every video that Peter Schiff does is talking about the crash and the fall of America, Babylon the Great. Every show of Glenn Beck, of Clayton from Redacted, Richard Wolff, Gerald Celente, Chris Hedges, it's all about the miracle collapse. And 2/3 of Jake think this place is going to continue. They're going to flourish. This place will not be destroyed, man. But you got elites. I'm talking about Edomites that own real gold and silver. And Jake don't got none but fucking paper dollars. And they have no clue of what's coming. And I just want to make some points on this. Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. Bahashim Rikah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elder bishop and elders, great millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it not. In the sincere salutation, tall to Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth for the four ends of the earth. The entire world shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Abwath Wallace and Lauren, Ephesus Wallace and Abwath to the end. May you have about your mouth shall continue blessing your housing. May the blessing of elation be upon your house. Till next time, I say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.